So I thought I'd update you all on our CB2 lamp from the last episode. So when I was unboxing this and also filming it at the same time, in all honesty, I didn't really have time to actually take it in and decide if I actually really liked it in our space or even if it worked in the space. On top of that, I was also distracted by the condition that it did come in. So after I was finished filming, put away the cameras, I kind of sat with it and looked at it in our apartment. I tried it in different spaces as well. And ultimately, I decided that I just really didn't like it and I just don't think it works for our space. So I am actually gonna be sending it back. I think the reason it took me a bit longer to come to this decision was because when you buy clothes online, it's easy to try it on, see if you like it or not, and returning it is normally quite simple. When it comes to furniture, it's a very different story. It's kind of like you pray that you don't have to return it because as you saw in the last episode of me unboxing it, I'm gonna have to reverse all of that. It's a heavy ass piece and I'm gonna have to pay around $50 to return it. So all of those factors just makes part of my brain be like, nah bro, it's okay, you'll get used to it over time. But the reality is I'm not a fan with it. It will constantly keep annoying me. And even though it was on sale, it was still a lot of money and I just don't want that to be wasted. So this will be going back. Now, if you have any floor lamp or even wall lamp suggestions, please do let me know because we do need a few in this apartment. I'm gonna put up on screen now a few that I'm looking at so you can get an idea. So hopefully the next one comes in great condition and doesn't need to be returned. Also, just a little heads up, this video in particular is gonna be entirely home decor / interior design / furnishing the apartment. So one of the issues that we're facing with our new home is that on one hand, we want to furnish it all and just have it done as quick as possible so we can enjoy it as a home as quick as possible. But on the other hand, we don't want to feel forced into getting certain items, make impulsive purchases. But with that being said, we also don't want to live in an empty box. So with some of the items, we're trying to find this happy medium that allows us to enjoy our home, but isn't wasteful at the same time. A good example of this is this hallway. We ideally do want a hallway unit because we need help with some of our storage. In my mind, I love the idea of a USM unit, but one, I'm still not 100% sold on it, and two, they're also very expensive. So we decided to get an IKEA unit, which costed us around $140 in total, and I'm pretty confident I'll be able to sell it on once we do find, the dream long-term replacement in a year or so. Also on TikTok, I saw quite a few people with this unit in their home, and it looked so good. So who knows, it actually could be our forever piece. So all up, I'm pretty damn happy with this. I think this is a great solution for us that allows us not to feel the need to rush to find the perfect piece. It offers us great storage. It brings in, again, the wood tones that me and my fiance really want throughout this house. I'm gonna find some pieces around the home, put some bits and bobs on it just to style it up, just to give you a little idea of what a complete look could look like. So while we're on the topic of more affordable furniture options, we do actually have this IKEA wardrobe that we built about 2 weeks ago. It is extremely tall. Again, we have about 16-foot high ceilings and our hallway is quite big, so we had a lot of space that we could work with to build in storage. For us, this is mainly our shoe storage along with other bits and bobs, but here is a little sneak peek of what it looks like. Now we went with just all white, so it blends in a lot more with the wall, and we actually chose these doors because they match pretty close to the doors that are already in this apartment, so it looks a lot more cohesive, which I'm very, very happy with. Now if we owned this apartment, ideally what I would have wanted to do is to do more of a built-in wardrobe solution solution where it just looks so seamless. But for renting, I think this is a great option. Now, as far as styling is concerned, obviously this space is quite blank right now. Our goal is to brighten it up and make it a little bit more just warm and inviting when you come in. We do want to put like a big mirror here, maybe a plant or something here, you know, bring in a little bit of color as well, just to make it, like I said, the entryway seem a little bit more inviting and just warm, and I don't know, it's just maybe a little bit more fun. So that store was insane, and you might be thinking, oh, Daniel, what did you pick up? What did you pick up? I didn't pick up a single thing. Well, other than this drill actually, but this wasn't from the store. But I didn't pick anything up because, again, we're trying to just not be impulsive. And I've been saying it throughout this video, but not have another lamp repeat. But the one thing that we did need to get, like I said, was a drill, because we've actually got some pieces that have been sitting around since I moved in that need to be drilled up onto the walls. Two places in particular. One of them is going here. The other one is going to be a kind of like coat hanger thing. But I'll show you what we got here first, because I think this is sick. So our plan here is we're going to hang up these. They're kind of chopping boards, but they're meant to be. What are they called? It's not rotisserie. What are these called? Charcuterie. Yeah. Why did I say rotisserie? We've got these rotisserie boards. So they look like chopping boards, but they're actually charcuterie boards, because again, we like to entertain when we have people over. Like, we like to kind of like make up these platters and stuff. And also, it's such a nice way of being able to like kind of put something on the wall that's, it's not art, but it makes the space here nice, because we can't put shelves or anything because of the fridge. So it's gonna look something like this. So I'm pretty impressed with this. I think it looks really good. Like I said, you can't really have much here because of this fridge, and having a piece of art, we just kind of weren't too fond on it. But this is kind of like giving like functional art in a way. Like, again, we're gonna be using these, but it just adds such a nice like kind of warmth tone to this area. And this wood is actually the exact same wood as our dining table. We got these like a month ago from, it's like Lynch-In or something like that. I'll put it up on screen. I think it's great. Like, if you're into like, you know, having guests over, put your meat on the board and then serve it, and then it just goes back like that. Like, yeah. Yeah, I know. Put your meat on the board. What do you like it, eh? Okay. You like it though? Oh yeah, I do like that. I don't know if I like meat on the board. No. But yeah, no, I'm real happy with that. Yeah. Oh, that looks really nice. It looks like we're professionals, eh? Hanging, drywall mounting. I really like it. So now we're in the hallway. The lighting obviously isn't the best. There's no windows or anything here, so we do have the ceiling lights on, but we're gonna be hanging our new coat hanger. I'll show you this in proper lighting so you can actually get a good idea of it. But this was actually my fiance who found this one on Etsy. She was able to find this for $40. There's other brands, I don't know if it's like Muto or Mutum. There's another brand who does like a very similar style one. We didn't fully like the configurations that they did, and we kind of just loved the color of this one. So she did a really good job about finding this. So it's roughly gonna go right here. And the reason why we do want it here is because We have this box, which is to kind of like talk to the concierge, and it's really ugly, really don't like it. So ideally, a coat will go here and just completely hide it so it all looks a bit more seamless. And again, just adding a little bit of slight pop of color with kind of like the knobs on top of the clothing hanger. So I'm excited to see how this goes.
Hello.
Can you actually see through there? There should be
Babe,
space in between.
There wasn't, not that thin.
That's why I was like,
I was joking. Can you actually see the neighbors?
no, that scared me.
And that is now our new little coat hanger when you come in. So, boom, boom, boom. Voila. It's funny when you get older and you also have like your own place, how just the simple things bring you so much joy. I really like that. Fuck, doesn't even work. So this is a room that I haven't shown you yet, and for good reason. This is our spare room. Our goal for this space is to have a home office because myself and sometimes my fiance work from home. We also need it to be a place where I can store DS samples, and then finally a place that when we have guests who come over, they can stay in this room as well. Now, as you can see, it's far from that. At the moment, it is being purely used as just kind of like storage of just miscellaneous goods, random stuff that doesn't have a home, stuff that we're selling. It's kind of just like a storage place right now. But I did just get a delivery of an item that I've been so excited for, which is our office desk. So I'm going to try and give it a little bit of a tidy up and bring in the new piece. So this is our new little desk space for the home office slash spare bedroom. Obviously it needs a few more pieces for it. I will actually have a monitor here, and above here we're thinking of just putting in some shelving just for some more storage as well. But so far I love the look of this. Do you as well? Yeah, you do, don't you? I really wanted this space to be a mixture of old and new. I didn't want some like new fancy table or anything like that. This table in particular is a Danish writing desk. I got it from Apartment Decor. I think that's the website's name. They have like a great selection on their website. You do have to spend a bit of time sifting through. And what's great about their website is that you can find things for quite an affordable price. For example, like this desk. And then you've got other pieces that are just crazy expensive and like unique as well. I just love the minimal look of this table. I do love that it is a bit scratched up. It's got some like ring marks and things like that, so I don't have to stress if I'm having like a coffee or something on here. And I don't know, I love old and new together. Again, if you've got like a new laptop, some like metal lights and stuff, I just love then the wood combination with it. So the other piece that I got was this metal transparent chair, and I got this from Amazon. I think it was like $40. Absolutely love it. I think it just pairs so nicely with the desk. So overall, I'm so happy about this. The desk actually does come with this extension as well. So if we ever need it, you can extend it out this far. But for right now, we don't. So this will just go into storage. So this corner might look nice, but the reality is that this spare room for still quite a bit of time will be used as storage. And then slowly over time, we will reduce all the clutter in here. The next piece we would like to get for this room is the sofa bed, so that we can start having our friends and family stay here when they do come to town. So if you do have any suggestions for sofa beds, we are not looking at like wanting to spend a fortune at all. Do please let us know. So I just got back from taking Jonah on a walk. As you can tell, she's pretty tired now. And while I was on the walk, I was kind of thinking about my content and how my content can be perceived online, and I just wanted to sit down, have a bit more of an open, real conversation on kind of my entire move up until this point. Now, I know online it can come across as just it's all happy moments and, you know, rainbows and sunshines, and yes, the reality is I'm dramatically happier now because I'm with my fiance full time. I'm with Jonah full time. Both I love so dearly, but to get to this point, it was definitely not that way at all. All of last year was mentally the hardest year of my life because there was so much stress about figuring out, can I get a visa to move here? How do I run my clothing line while I'm here? How do I budget for this move? And ultimately, it was extremely hard and difficult to deal with. And that's not to sit here and have this, like, woe is me, like it was such a hard year. No, it's just me being real about, if any of you ever want to do this, I just want it to be known that it's not as easy as it just looks. And from what I show online, and I never would want people to be discouraged because they think it should be easier than it is. I hope that kind of makes sense. Like, that's why, again, I'm having this conversation now. It's just to be like, I'm aware of how I film. I like to film highlights. I like to film the happy moments. And as much as I think it would be beneficial for the channel and for you lot to maybe see more of the downsides and the negative moments, the reality is no part of my brain even thinks in those moments about filming. I think that's just would be crazy if my brain did go there. But what I can do is have more moments like this where I sit down and reflect and be honest about what it took to maybe get to this point, just so you have a bit more of a realistic understanding and expectation if it's ever something that you'd want to do yourself. Last year was definitely all about the planning for this. We were so frugal last year. I don't think we really went on any holidays. I sold a bunch of stuff from my wardrobe. I sold a bunch of furniture. And again, just the day-to-day living was just a lot more frugal. No going out drinking, barely any going out to dinner. On the whole, a very frugal year. And that's also going to roll into this year as well, even though it might not look like it because we're buying furniture. Again, this is what we budgeted for. And that means we still have to be smart with what we spend our money on this year, because we know that we're furnishing an entire apartment to create a home together. There were plenty of moments last year where I wouldn't say like I thought about like quitting at all, because that definitely just wasn't an option for me. But there were plenty of moments where I was just like, what the hell is going on? Like why? Like, why does it have to be this hard? Why does it have to get me down this much? Why does it have to cause this much tension between me, my fiance, between me, my family, me, my friends? Now that I've kind of like passed through it, it was 100% worth it. I would go through it again. But I just want to have a real moment where if any of you are thinking of doing it, whether you're moving city or moving countries, push through those hard moments. Some of it might be super easy for you all. It might just be boom, just, go move. But if you're really wanting to move countries and actually more stay there permanently, there's a few more legal kind of things you've got to jump through. And I would just say, like, just stick to it. If it's really what you want to do, just stick to it, because it'll be kind of like worth it in the end. I find these conversations a bit hard sometimes because I have so many thoughts in my head and I'm not the best at actually speaking and getting them out. But I hope there were some points maybe here to take away from. If you have any questions, like, again, leave them in the comment section and I'll try to answer them. I'll have more time to think than being, I don't know, I'm talking to a camera. It's weird. Talking to a camera right now, it's very weird. But on a final note, I do just want to say thank you all so much for the support that you do show myself, this channel, my clothing brand. It truly means the world. And I'm going to try and have more real moments like this where I can reflect and be honest with you all as well. For now, I'm going to give this one some dinner, and I will see you all in the next one.